Meanwhile, the human race is inquisitive by nature. We all know that. Mysteries excite us all. But there are very few mysteries that have the power to captivate and terrify us at the same time. The existence of Atlantis is one such mystery. According to Plato, Atlantis was an actual historical place. In his texts, he described Atlantis as a place of wisdom where a utopian civilization thrived. He said it was situated in the Atlantic Ocean, but sank beneath waves that took down its advanced civilization. Since then, the quest to find the lost Atlantis has fascinated people. They've pondered upon its existence, whether it was real or a figment of Plato's imagination. Well, why am I telling you all this tonight? Because scientists may have discovered the lost continent of Atlantis, or so they think. According to reports, a long-lost continent that was nearly twice the size of the United Kingdom has been discovered off the coast of northern Australia. Here's what we know so far about it. To start with, the scientists say that this vast landmass was home to over 500,000 people. They say it existed around 70,000 years ago. It is now submerged around 100 meters deep. They say the island comprised a large stretch of continental shaft. This shaft apparently connected the regions of Kimberley and Arnhem Land. Today, these areas are separated by a large ocean bay. This continent may have had around 50,000 to 500,000 people living on it. And lastly, the population would have peaked at the height of the last ice age about 20,000 years ago, when the entire shelf was dry land. These findings have been published in the journal Quaternary Science Reviews. It used high-resolution bathymetric data to reveal how this drowned region existed as an extensive archipelago. They say this region was encircled by deep gorges and escarpments that acted as important resource zones for its inhabitants. It further adds that this continent was a vast habitable realm and a single cultural zone which had similarities in ground stone axe technology. But how did the scientists discover all of this? Well, to draw their conclusions, the researchers projected past sea levels onto high-resolution maps of the ocean floor. They found that the low sea levels exposed a vast archipelago of islands on the northwest shelf of Sahul, and that this archipelago extended 500 kilometers towards the Indonesian island of Timor. Next question. How and when did the continent sink? Well, the scientists say that by the end of the ice age, rising sea levels may have drowned the shelf, forcing its residents to flee. Allow me to quote an excerpt from the study. Retreating populations would have been forced together as available land shrank. Rising sea levels and the drowning of the landscape is also recorded in the oral histories of First Nations people from all around the coastal margin. And the last question, is this archipelago really the ancient Atlantis? Well, not really. Given how the Atlantis, as written by Plato, existed in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere near the Strait of Gibraltar, this archipelago, however, has been discovered near Australia. I guess you could say that we can refer to this as the Australian Atlantis. The one mentioned in Plato's work still remains a mystery yet to be unraveled. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.